Hello, my name is Christine Bridges. I am the Assistant Dean of Career Development for Baylor Law School. I'm going to spend the next several minutes visiting with you about what it means to dress as a professional, what professional attire means for both interviews and other professional events. First, let's discuss the basics of professional interview attire. At the start, you need to have a dark colored suit with both a matching top and bottom. A suit jacket with a traditional collar is also a part of professional interview attire, as well as closed-toed shoes, hosiery if you're wearing a skirt, and dark matching socks if you're wearing slacks. Oftentimes when we have conversations with students about professional attire, we will get many questions about how I can show my individual personality through these clothes. We also get feedbacks that professional attire is just boring and it just seems like a lot of archaic rules for professional dress. Please remember the context of legal professional attire. The legal profession is a conservative industry by its nature. That is because lawyers, the legal industry, we are a service-based industry and represent other people and not ourselves as individuals. Also remember first impressions. Interview attire is one of the first impressions you will make professionally. Now, all law schools from Baylor and other schools in Texas and from the East to West Coast give the same advice for interview attire. You do not want your clothes to stand out in your interview, but instead you want your credentials, interview skills, and accolades to stand out. You are already professionals even though you haven't yet sat in this building as a student. So let's look the part when you go to professional events and interviews. Again, to the point of letting the context be your guide. These professionalism clothing guidelines apply not just to interviews, but to any professional event. This includes if you're going to watch a hearing at the court, if you're going to engage with any professionals at a conference or at a reception. You always need to come across as polished and modern, as well as making sure that your clothes are just simply clean and wrinkle-free. What employers are looking for and what other professionals are looking for is whether your presence projects a trustworthy and executive nature. Just because you are dressing professionally does not need to mean you need to spend a lot of money to look professional. Standard retailers such as JCPenney, Dillard's, Target, and even Marshall's have great examples of professional attire. You can buy a nice suit there that doesn't completely break the bank. Also, don't forget to shop sales and clearance events as often as you can. At the end of a particular season is a great time to go in and get a deep discount suit. Also, don't forget consignment stores. Many professionals in Waco and in other cities will take their suits to consignment, and you can get some nice deals there. You can also find size-inclusive options at all sorts of retailers. If you have any concerns about affordability of finding professional attire, please try the Baylor Career Closet. Director of Student Affairs, Catherine Sims, will be able to help you more with this research. If you do purchase a suit, especially if it's at a nicer location, please keep in mind that you may need to get your suit tailored. You want your suit to be tailored so that it fits the widest part of your body. Make sure that you stand and sit in your suit when you're trying it on before you buy it. Make sure that your pants and shirt fit comfortably. Or in the case of a dress or a skirt, make sure that the hem does not go up too far when you are in a seat or you're crossing your legs. Let's jump into some examples of what to wear. One option is to wear a suit jacket plus the pants that are in a matching color. Another option might be wearing a suit jacket with a matching skirt, And finally, you could wear a suit jacket with a sheath dress underneath it that matches. Remember, if you are wearing a skirt, it must come to your knees. And also, it must be a conservative length whenever you sit down and cross your legs. With options 1 and 2, without the dress underneath it, you must wear a button-up collared shirt in a conservative color or a blouse in a light color with no patterns. Again, you want your first impression to be as least distracting as possible. Also, anytime that you are wearing a skirt or a dress, you should wear pantyhose or tights depending upon the season. With all options, you must wear closed-toed heels, and they must be low to moderate in size, not 3 or 4 inch heels. You could also wear flats, but in any case, the shoes must be of a dark color. If you're wanting to dress masculine, you should wear additionally a tie that extends to your belt, a button-up collared shirt in a conservative color, and a belt in black or brown, dark socks, and Oxfords in black or brown. Here are some examples of basic professional shoes that will go with just about any outfit that you're going to wear in a professional event. If you buy a good pair of shoes that are comfortable in these styles, you will be able to wear them to all of your professional events throughout law school. Let's dig a little deeper about professional attire. Again, your colors of your suits and your dresses should be neutral conservative colors. Think black, charcoal gray, or navy blue. Suits should always be a solid color. One reason is, again, they are less distracting, and secondly, they are more versatile than patterns. Buttons on your suit should also be the same color of your suit if possible. You do not want to have any shiny metallic or contrasting buttons. Also, any accessories that you wear need to be minimal. They should be moderate with sparse jewelry, and anything you wear should be understated. Make sure your shoes are shined and your clothing is pressed. Your hair must be clean, brushed, or braided. It needs to be styled in a way to stay out of your face and off your eyes. Hands should always be clean and fingernails manicured to avoid excessive length and also avoid non-neutral colors. Avoid any heavy colognes or scents or oils during an interview or a professional event. Makeup should always be neutral and conservative. Avoid excessively long eyelashes. Tattoos should be covered, and facial piercings other than earrings should be removed for a professional event. Over the next couple of slides, we're going to take a look at some outfits so we can see which ones make the cut as far as professional attire and which ones do not. What's the problem with the outfit on the left? Well, the suit has a pattern, although it is adorable and matching. It might be okay for a work day, but it's not okay for an interview or event. The length for the skirt is far too short. Also, although we can't see the shoes fully, they are boots and are not appropriate for formal business attire. However, the outfit on the right is exactly the look that you're going for. Starting with the first set of outfits, we can see that the one on the left is a little too light for a professional setting. It is also a bit shining, and the person's hair is not groomed. The outfit and the style on the right is what you're going for. In the middle column, we can see that the suit on the left has a pattern design. It is not optimal for a professional setting. On the right is exactly the look that you're going for. In the last set of pictures, we can see that the style on the left has no matching jacket. You must have a jacket for professional attire. Also, the person is wearing open-toed heels, which are not formal and not professional. The blouse is likewise not conservative, although it is cute. Again, it could be appropriate for some settings, but not for interview or professional attire. The outfit on the right is the look that you're going for. Here are a few more examples. In the first column, we can see that the blue suit is way too bright and not a conservative color for a professional interview. The dark color on the right is best. In the middle column, we can see that while the suit with the piping is adorable, it is too decorative for an interview or other professional setting. You will want to go for a look as in the right-hand picture, which is dark and not too distracting. In the final set of pictures, we can see that the person in the left-hand column is wearing tennis shoes rather than dress shoes. While tennis shoes might be appropriate in some settings with the suit, not in professional settings or during an interview. On the far left, we can see that this outfit has a couple of problems. First, the sleeves are not full-length sleeves, and the heels are excessively high. Also, the pants are not professional pants. They are in fact leggings, which are most appropriate maybe for a yoga class or an athletic event. The suit on the right is the look you're going for. In the pictures on the right-hand side of the slide, we can see that a polo and slacks is not appropriate. It is not professional attired and not a matching suit like the example on the right. Also, the person on the left is not wearing socks, which is unprofessional, and also has not completely tucked in their shirt. As for a couple other quick examples, we can see that white socks are not appropriate. And then also we can see on the right-hand side that hair covering the face is unkept and not professional. If you have long hair, just pull it back out of your face. Here's a couple more examples of hairstyles. The hairstyle on the far left is too messy and casual. The hairstyle on the right is natural and professionally kept. On the right side of the slides, we see that the beard is too long and tangled. However, the beard on the right is groomed and properly kept, looking professional. So how do you build a professional wardrobe? In your first quarter, you need to think about where you'll be working in the future and what is the climate like where you'll be working. Build upon the pieces you have. In your second quarter, you need to think about whether or not you'll be in court for all or part of your day. Will you be sitting at a desk or running a lot of errands? There's a lot of factors, but you want to be comfortable and professional, prepared for anything. For a 1L internship, or if you're a spring starter for your 2L internship, you must have at least one good suit, a matching jacket and pants, one good pair of shoes, and ideally at least 3 shirts and blouses that can stand alone or be layered. You want to have at least 2 pairs of trousers, pants, or appropriate skirts to pair with the shirts and jacket. You also need to think about what your overall budget is, but you will be able to look professional no matter what the budget. Again, if you have any questions, you can ask the CDO or Director Sims. We've talked about professional attire. Now let's talk about business or business professional. Business options include a blouse, camisole, or button-down shirt with a blazer in a neutral color with a pant or skirt. You could also wear matching jacket and pants with a button-down shirt, and the tie would be optional in a business setting. You could also wear a solid or subtle patterned knee-length or midi dress as long as you're wearing closed-toed shoes. Business attire, or oftentimes office attire, can be less formal than professional business attire. Now let's discuss business casual options. As the name indicates, these are going to be more casual than professional or business options. You can wear a high-quality blouse, neutral pants or a skirt with an optional cardigan or light jacket. For a masculine look, you can wear a button-down shirt or sweater with slacks or nice jeans with a sport jacket or the equivalent. Or you can wear a solid or simple pattern dress or blouse with a skirt with an optional cardigan or jacket. For business casual, be sure not to go too casual. The look on the left is too casual. The shirt is wrinkled, there's sloppy cuff pants and sleeves, and the hair is a bit unkempt. A hoodie is always too casual in place of a jacket. You would rather wear a blazer, a suit jacket, or a cardigan. It can sometimes be difficult to discern, particularly between business or business casual clothing. Please use your best judgment. These outfits would all be appropriate for most work functions that are not business professional functions or an interview. With an added jacket or darker pants, the more casual these outfits could easily be transformed into a more formal look. When in doubt, always opt to be more formal or professional in any setting. Some final tips and tricks for you to consider. This is feedback we've received from students like you about how to prepare to be a professionally dressed person. Always prioritize comfort. Closed-toed shoes are always a must. Avoid platform shoes or open-toed shoes, even if they're trending. Layering is your best friend, especially if you might be in court unexpectedly. Have clothing that you can throw on, such as a suit jacket, in your office at all times. Mules and block short heels are highly recommended by your peers. Bright colors may or may not be acceptable where you work. Err on the safe side, advise your peers, with darker colors and simple patterns until you learn the environment in which you are working. Here's some other great advice from your peers. Seek out advice from a younger attorney in the office and ask about the general vibe for clothing. Wear what makes you comfortable and confident. Wear clothes that fit the way you like them and make you feel confident. Shop sales and do not feel like you need to buy a huge amount. You can work comfortably without going crazy. Basics always work great. And don't wear any shoes if you can't run in them. Mules and short heels are a go-to. The CDO is here to help you with any attire and professional questions you may have. Please don't hesitate to contact us as you're preparing for your first professional events and for internships.